How do you deal with when things don't really quite work out or go your way, or you have this image of how it's going to go or this goal and it doesn't quite happen?
This is where people think I'm crazy and I'm really weird.
Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me in FLC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout, where your freedom lifestyle begins. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for our discussion today, Misty. Like this, this is I can't wait. We need to get straight into it.
Let's
If
do
you
it.
know, if you don't know, get to know. And if you do know, we've had a really big and busy couple of weeks here at the FLC, with so much going on, the events, the boot camps, the things that we still have planned, which are really exciting as well. It's been a big couple of weeks, a big time in the FLC. And I think especially what has made it so exciting, so big recently is this last boot camp we had, right? Where there was so many amazing people on there, so many lives transformed, and so many 2.0s were born on this boot camp, and a lot of new FLC family members. So hoo-ha-hoo to all of the newbies, hoo-ha-hoo to all of the old bees too. But what
Everybody's important.
everyone's important. We love you all. What we want to focus on today is actually how do we take this amazing boot camp, whether you were on this boot camp just recently or any of the previous ones or any event we've done, how do we take the massive energy and the massive momentum from there and carry it on so that we're carrying that with us throughout our whole life? Because it's really, really easy to be really high, like high energy and really motivated during the event. And then as soon as it stops, to just lose that and crash and just think, oh my goodness, like I can't do it anymore. I'm out. Like, ah. So if that's you, keep watching. So, Misty, I just want to ask you, how would you keep this momentum? How do you not let yourself crash and burn, for lack of a better word?
Well, first of all, keep in contact with everybody that you've met on the boot camp, right? Or in any of the events. Keep in contact with them. Follow Chibaria. What I would do, what I usually do, is anytime I get a notification, I follow Chibaria on everything. So
Mm.
anytime I notice she's online, I get a notification. I'm right there. Like I can't snap my other finger, but I'm right there on there, right? Because Chibaria's got all that energy and she brings it to whatever she's doing, and you can keep that momentum there. So following Chabaria, whatever she's doing, any one of the core family, FLC core family, keep in contact with them. Everybody that you met on one of the events, keep in contact with them, keep them motivated, which in turn makes you motivated. You know, really dive deep into what you've learned and take the action on it. Now, Josie, I told you before, I miss the crap out of you because we've been so busy. We haven't been able to hang out and talk much.
Mm.
And I think it's so amazing because although it's really good to have everybody, I missed you. So it's really good that I missed you, but it's also so amazing that so many people took action. I mean, like,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, come on, there's so much action being taken, so many people, and we
Yeah.
love it because that's just many more lives that are being changed. Not the people who are, not just the people who are in the boot camp and taking action from that, but the people that they get to touch and their lives that they get to touch. So it ripples. I was going to say resonates. It ripples out. So it's like so amazing. What would you do, Jesse? How do you keep the momentum going?
Oh my goodness. Same as you. Like that was a really good answer. Keep in contact with people. Don't lose those connections you made. Like really, really don't. These are valuable connections. These are good people who we always say it, right? You want to be around people who are also trying to be the best versions of themselves and have these big goals. That's exactly who you found in these events. So the Chubara, the core team, the people that you've made friends with during the event, definitely really, really good. Another thing I would say as well is so there was probably a reason why you felt so pumped up during the event. There was probably something Chabaria said, or something you realized from something Chabaria said, or maybe someone made a comment in the Zoom chat or something, and you felt different because you were thinking different. The reason you felt different and you felt like high energy and yeah, is because your mind was thinking different. You were thinking bigger. So I think what's really important to do is keep that big thinking mindset. Keep thinking big because that's what excites us. It might be that you felt more excited on the event because there was loads of people and that was Jabaria, which is true. That's amazing. Like obviously you're gonna feel excited. But what makes your brain excited and what makes you like have that feeling is having those big goals and those big thinks and big things. You know what I mean? Like thinking big and being that person. So keep doing that however you need to do it. Write down your goals every day. Remember why you even joined the event or the boot camp in the first place. Remember your goals. Remember the big goals we made on the actual boot camp, like 1 million in 1 year. Keep that. Um, and yeah, exactly. And like
Let's go.
you
That's
live
crazy,
up
but okay.
yeah, as soon as you think that you light up like wow. So like Misty said, like we normally see each other all the time, right? We see each other like every weekday for sure, but most weekends too. Like we're speaking all
Yeah,
the
we're
time.
almost every day.
Yeah. And during the boot camp or during these events, it's less, right? So I missed you too. But the point, like why I'm bringing that back up as well, is I actually can't exactly remember. I do remember. I had a good way of saying it, and now I can't remember, but that's okay. What I've noticed is a lot of people have loads of motivation. And coming off the boot camp, we actually had still a lot of momentum in the group. People were still joining, people were upgrading, people were coming to us asking to upgrade, which is amazing. And what I'm seeing now a little bit is people are putting on the brakes again. And this is why I think when Misty suggested this topic, I was like, yes, because I'm for about a week after the boot camp, it'll still go, 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 go. Now I'm noticing people are putting on the brakes again. And if this is you, you're gonna know if it's you. Don't, please, please don't. It doesn't mean you have to upgrade or you have to invest more in yourself or that this isn't what we're saying. Just keep taking steps into your business. If you came on board on the FLC Silver, go through the content. Don't stop. Don't take a rest week or anything like this. Keep going through the content. If you want to upgrade, and we've had that discussion, and now you're thinking, oh, actually, oh, you're second guessing yourself. Go for it. Go for it. Because there's a reason you want to do it in the first place. Um, and I know there's a couple of people who are putting the brakes on that a little bit now. Um, but either way, whoever you are, just don't put on the brakes. Keep
Stop it.
the pedal to the metal, as they say. So yeah, that's what I want to suggest as well. Keep thinking big. keep remembering your why, and go even further. Go faster than you were in the boot camp. Take more action. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. If you're wanting to slow down or you feel yourself losing that momentum, go faster. Put
Yep.
more effort in. Do it more. Um, like you said, surround yourself with people who are like-minded. So if you were on the boot camp and you were in a family, connect with those people. Anybody you met on the boot camp or in FLC or something, around this area that's on the same path that you are, keep in contact with them. Say, hey, I'm losing a little bit of momentum. What are you doing right now? How are you? Can you help me remember my whys, or something? Just keep in contact with them. Keep motivating them. Motivate yourself. Um, and I was going to say something important, but again, we're blowing a misty. Um, it was gone, but anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? Because it's you want to really remember. Oh, I remember. You have to remember that when you're around other people who are not on your path or um, in the same thought process or that you are, they because I know we get it from other people outside that this is silly, this is dumb, you're just wasting your time, it's not for you, it's not realistic. Okay, that's a load of crap. That's what they're feeling about what they're doing, and they're just projecting it onto you. They come from a good place. They think they're doing something good to help you out. Um, so we don't dislike them or hate them or anything else or say anything negative. We just realize, okay, you know what? They're not seeing the vision I see. They're not seeing the future I want. Um, I'm going to maybe just limit my contact with them a little bit because I've found these other people that are on the same path I am and heading in the same direction, same thought process. I'm just going to talk a little bit more with them. And then when I can, then I will maybe do something with them. But yeah, it's really important. And I wanted to say, you had mentioned that we have more people contacting us to upgrade or even to get on. How powerful is that? How amazing is that, that there are more people out there willing to take the action? I've had a couple of people be like, look, I really want to do this. This is for me. I really want to do this. You got to give me a couple of days. I'm going to go find the money.
Yeah.
And then they text me a couple of days later. Hey, I got it. Let's go. So action, taking the
Yes.
action is amazing. And it
Yes.
feels so good because it's scary at first. Because, like when I was coming on, I didn't have money. I didn't even have a job. I had nothing. And I'm like, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to do this? So that step to make that decision to invest in myself and to go for it and my dreams was so scary. But how invigorating and how powerful it is when you do it. And then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, what's the next step? How can I go even further? How can I take this even further? And then you just keep going. And like we said before, if you're losing that momentum and you're thinking, maybe I should just take a break, go harder.
Mm-hmm.
Force yourself, go harder, and you're going to get there faster. Because like we say, right? How fast do you want your success to come in? It all
Mm-hmm.
depends on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think sometimes why you want to put on the brakes and not go faster is because you forget why you're even doing it. The only reason you would want to slow down and stop is because you actually don't know why you're even doing it anymore. So remember, remember your why. And like you
Mm.
said, go when the moment you want to stop, go faster. Like that it's probably that moment that you're about to get a breakthrough that you want to stop. So I love that. And what you said about like people being so resourceful. I think that's what I really loved about this boot camp and previous boot camps as well. Spoken to so many people that have said like, and they're honest, look, I don't have the money right now, which we in FLC get, right. Like I think the whole team at some point has thought, I can't do this, I don't have the money, and we figured it out. So anyone who does that and says that to us, I don't have the money but I'm going to find it, it's amazing. And by the way, as well, if you do have the money and you don't have to go find it, you put it down, also amazing, also incredible. But there's such power in being resourceful, because not only are you actually gonna go invest in yourself, it's the action of finding the money that shows. I don't know how many woo-woo people we have here, but probably quite a lot if you're an FLC. It shows the universe, or it shows whoever's watching, look, I'm serious. So when you do make that, then things are going to go even better as well for you.
Yeah.
So I just I just get so passionate about, like, keep on going when you don't want to. I just saw a quote just before we jumped on here that said, when you so we talk a lot about you shouldn't rely on motivation, you should be disciplined, which is true. You cannot rely on motivation, because you're going to be motivated for the first day or two and then you're going to need discipline. This quote said, if you fake bravery when you're actually really scared and fearful, that is bravery. And he also said, I don't know I don't know who it was, but he thinks that
Unknown.
unknown, but he said as well, when you fake motivation, when you don't feel motivated, that is motivation. So yeah, I think just keep going. You're not going to want to do it every day. You're not going to want to fight as hard as you did on the boot camp, or some days every single day. You're not going to want to, but on those days, push anyway. Actually, on those days are when I've had some of my most successful days, when I didn't want to get on that call. I didn't want to talk to this person. And actually, that's probably like one of the most successful calls I did for a while. So yeah. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think it's all a mindset, right? I think one of the hardest lessons for me to learn, and sometimes I still have to try to wrap my head around it, is the fact that how we feel and what we do and what we think, we're in control of.
Oh.
It's I mean, because people sit there and say, well, I can't do that. How do I control how I feel? It's your feeling it. How do you control that? You can't control what you think. Well, who do you think's controlling it? Who do you think's telling you that? You.
Yeah.
You're the one in control of that. So what we're saying is, when you're trying to feel like you're slowing down on the momentum and wanting to stop and pull back, rethink, is this going to get me where I want to go? If it is, okay. If not, let's change that. How do I change that? Well, I need to change the way I'm thinking about what I'm doing and be more consistent and continue doing it. If not, pick up the pace and do more. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's a mindset shift. And I think that's why the boot camps always feel so transformational, and people take so much away from them. And it's evident in the lives, like in the live videos afterwards, and the the messages we receive, either like personally or in our family group chat or Shabaria gets. It's evident that people feel the transformation and they feel different. It's because you're around different and you're thinking different and your mindset is different for a week. Maybe not so much, because sometimes it takes a bit of getting in there to change your mindset, but it is like, even if it's 1%, this is why you feel different. This is why you feel the transformation. So keep around those people, keep investing in events like this, either with us or somewhere else or wherever you need to go. Keep watching YouTube videos that will inspire you. Watch the Hangout every Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Right?
Nice plug.
And we're on podcast too, not just YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we're on podcast. We're on Spotify. Whatever.
just putting that out there. Follow
Yeah,
us on Instagrams too, like names here. Anyway, shameless plug over. But read the books, watch the podcasts, go to the events, keep doing it, because that eventually, the way you feel on these events is going to translate into your normal life too. So keep investing in yourself. And Misty, what's your favorite way to stay motivated? Like, is it videos or like quotes, or do you have vision boards? Trick question, because
I
I know.
I do it
Yeah.
all. I do it all because I keep telling people I have the attention span of a gnat. I'm constantly doing, and then when I lose weight, when I get thinner and I lose weight, I have even more energy, and then I don't know what to do with myself. So I was like joke around with people. People think I'm on crack because I can't sit still. I'm like, you see, I'm sitting here fidgeting and moving around now. I only learned in the past 2 years I speak with my hands. I didn't know I did that. Um, it's just weird. So I do it all. If I'm really feeling, if I'm not at home, then and I have my phone, I will go on to the Freedom Lifestyle Entrepreneurs Group. And if you're not a part of that group, you need to be on Facebook. Look it up. Or I'll go on to the FLC, the Freedom Lifestyle Creators Group on Facebook,
Mm.
um, and I'll see what other people are doing. And that motivates me. And I can, if I'm really down, I can reach out to somebody like one of my friends in the group or somebody from the core family. Um, Josie, poor Josie. Sometimes I spam Josie. It just, it's like, poor Josie.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. And then you mentioned vision boards. I have 3 vision boards, and I've been looking at them like I need to update. I need to put on other stuff on there. And I was like, because I have one vision board that is divided into 3 sections. One is things I'm thankful for, affirmations, and then manifestations. My manifestations part is not very full, believe it
Mm.
or not. It's like I'm more thankful and have affirmations than things I want to manifest. So
Mm.
it's like, because I think so big, I think I keep them generalized instead of breaking it down.
Yeah.
But I've been looking up there and reading stuff on the thankful side. Okay, these are all things I'm thankful for: friends, family, the sun, thoughts, the ability to learn, my dogs, the ability to love unconditionally, um, you know, everything that I can think of. And I'm sitting here thinking, what's not on there that I could put on there? What
Mm.
am I thankful for that I'm not thinking about?
Mm.
Um, Affirmations, any kind of quotes or affirmations I think of or hear, like I need to start writing down all the Sebisms because I forget what they are.
Yeah.
Um, you wouldn't believe what my apartment looks like because if I hear it, even when we're sitting with Cardone training, if I hear something they say, I should show you what my table looks like. I have plastic butcher paper. I mean, not plastic, brown butcher paper on my table because it's got a black tablecloth and I don't want to mess it up while I'm doing my crafts. So I'll just grab a pen while I'm doing my Cardone training, and anything they say, I write it on that paper. So it's in my face. And then I've got it on my bathroom mirror. So I've
Mm.
got stuff all the way around my bathroom mirror. So, like, I love the quote 6 months of super intense focus can put you 5 years ahead in life. That's at the top right in the center. Then I've
Mm.
got my new normal is 200K a month. Then I've got, I am the queen of closing. I close 90% of the deals I offer or I'm included in. I do this and I do this. And I say 90% because I leave the 10% for growth because I always want to keep growing.
And you
So,
don't want to close everyone. Sometimes you don't want to close
no,
people.
you don't want to close everyone. Yeah, they might not be somebody that is aligned at the moment with it. You
Yeah.
may close them eventually, but right at the moment, it may not be appropriate for you or them. But
Mm.
you still want to be able to grow. You want to be able to grow and change and learn more. And when I one of the things I love doing about all of this is talking to people, is because of that.
Mhm.
I learn more from them. Like, I don't know about you, but I get so trapped in my own little bubble, in my own little world, that I forget that there's people on the other side of the world that are living life just like I am, just maybe on different circumstances. And I love being able to hear about that and see that sometimes and experience that through them. And I don't know, I'm weird. I love that. I
Yeah.
just, I think it's always wanting to grow and change. So,
That's so important as well, though. You need to want to grow and change, right? To grow and
mhm.
change, you need to want to. I have another question for you as well. How do you deal with, because obviously we have all these goals and we have the big thinking. We know about this. We do it. We practice that daily. How do you deal with when things don't really quite work out or go your way, or you have this image of how it's going to go, or this goal and it doesn't quite happen? Because that happens. How do you find yourself dealing with that?
This is where people think I'm crazy and I'm really weird because it's a mindset.
Mm.
It's that switching because most people, I have a client that it has a tendency to think negative of everything all day, every day. And it's like, I even had friends, I'm not going to tell you the joke that we all made because it's not clean, but they were saying a joke and it was a pretty negative joke. And I, being me, I found the positive in it. And I said that, and they're like, always the optimist. It's because when you take a negative situation, like if I'm talking to a client and they just, nothing works out and everything's going wrong, right? Well, there's lessons in that. So instead of taking it negatively and focusing on the negative, I look for, okay, what was the lesson in this? How can I change that? What can I have done differently? You know what I mean? So it's, I'm always looking at the situation from all sides and looking for the positive because it's so easy to be negative and to be put down and be like, you know, I told you today, Josie, I'm really coming out of depression because September, October, November are very difficult months for me. So I'm coming out of the depression. And if I'm going to focus on the negativity, I'm going to not only stay in the depression, it's going to get worse. And then I get even lower. And then that's where people start to begin of thinking of harming themselves or something else. So always looking for the positive and the growth and the learning aspect of something is what I try to do. What do you do?
That's so good, by the way. So good. Thank you for sharing. Um,
Just like to hear my own voice, I guess.
no, it's so good. I so I don't know if this is going to be be helpful or not, but I'm a very big it is what it is person. Like for especially now, but actually I kind of always ish been this way. Like it is what it is. Something bad happens. Okay, like that sucks. Nah, next. Move
Yeah.
on. For example, I like this New York trip, and like the core family know I was meant to be going to New York. I was actually meant to have flown there yesterday and landed yesterday too. Probably had today anyway. Didn't
So
work
fun.
out. So I'm meant to be in New York basically. And when I found out that we actually couldn't go anymore, um, for it was the whole visa shenanigans. It was obviously sad. It was sad for about 10 minutes. I was sad and I felt a little bit sorry for myself. But then after this, I haven't thought about it again much, really. Obviously, I have thought about it, but not in a, oh God, like way. And the reason I'm giving this example is because it was something I was really looking forward to. And I'd planned in my head, and it was going to go like this and this and this, and we were going to do this. And this quick, it was taken away. And I think what I always remember and what I tell other people as well is dwelling on it, whatever happened, isn't going to change the fact that it happened. It's only going to
Mhm.
make now, like this moment and pre other moments coming that you're thinking about it, it's only going to ruin that as well. So I don't know if it's helpful or not. Just I'm very, it is what it is. It happens. Move on next. And like you said, there's always a positive. Like I was more present for the boot camp. I didn't have to fly away straight away. And Today I had a really good day here. So that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't here.
Well, and then too, when you are able to go, you may have
Yeah,
more fun and different events because now you have more time to save up for it.
exactly. 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 And it's just it doesn't serve you to dwell or to really focus on what didn't work because maybe it wasn't meant to work that way. I tell people all the time, you can make a plan, you can make a 5 year, a 10 year, a 20 year plan. It's not going to go like that. It's not like you're going to get a week in and it's probably already not how you thought it was going to be. So just taking taking things that it comes, and really when you look at it, whatever's happened, is it is it life changing? Is it really the end of the world? Has it ruined your life forever? Probably not. You didn't close that deal. Okay, so what? Move on. Next. Your flight got cancelled to New York. Okay, fine. It's and I get it. It's money down the drain. It's money. It's like memories lost. Just move on. So what? It is what it is. So I don't know how
I would
helpful
say
that
your
is.
memories put on hold
Yeah, this
because
is
you
true.
can always go again later and
What's
make
that?
those memories.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope people listening to that. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm not saying like it's irrelevant or just get over it. That's not what I'm saying. It's okay to feel sad. I felt sorry for myself for like 10 minutes or the rest of the day, really. I did feel sorry for myself. But as Shabara said, it's it's how quickly you can recover from things that will speed up your success, right? So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that
And
helps.
I keep remembering every time that something happens that's not going my way. I keep remembering this is temporary. It's
Yeah.
temporary. In the grand scheme of my life, this is a grain of salt. It may
Hmm.
seem like it's taking forever, but it's really not. And it's going to be over soon.
Yeah.
And I always say I'm closer to the end than when I started. Because if I
Mhm.
start here, just by starting, guess where I'm at? Closer to the end than when I started, right?
Very
So it's
true.
just, yeah,
So
told you.
true.
People think I'm weird because they're like, you're such an optimist. I had one registered nurse that came to a client's house when I was there, first time meeting him. And he was such a pessimist. He was so negative that day. He was just having a really bad day. And he would ask me something and I'd respond with something positive, and he goes, "Oh, you're one of those." And I'm like, "Yeah, kind of can't help it." It's like
Yeah.
once you start learning how to look for the positive in things and realizing that I don't want to be negative because I can't, the negativity doesn't feel good. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the way I'm thinking. So, how can I change that? And then you constantly think of, are aware of that and changing it, looking for ways to change that, then it just becomes natural. And then now it's just what I do. It's
Yeah.
just, and it's okay, like I think it was Chibaria that told me one day, it's okay to have moments where you feel sorry and you feel sad,
Yeah.
and it's okay to have those.
Hmm.
But like you said, it's the recovery time. How long are you going to stay there? Don't stay in that position.
Yeah.
It makes
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And like you said, the more you do that, the easier it's going to get. And the more
Mhm.
second nature it's going to get for you. The more you think big, the easier that will get as well. So just keep going, reach out to your family, like we said at the beginning, because you got this and we got
Yes,
you.
we got you. We're here for you. Like we keep saying towards the end of every episode, once you're family for life.
Mhm.
And we're here for you. So
Rid of
reach
us.
out. I keep telling people, you've joined FLC, you've joined the Freedom Lifestyle Creators. Here we're a family. So now
Mhm.
you're family. You can't get rid of us. We're
Mhm.
going to treat you as family, and a good family, a positive family. We're not going to go to the negative side because none of us need that or want that. So we're
Mhm.
going to love you and take care of you as if we would our own.
Yeah.
And so reach out to us. I have clients that I've had a few people reach out to me that just needed to vent.
Hmm.
It had nothing to do with business. They just needed somebody to listen to them and vent. And I was able to do that.
Yeah.
Not that I remember what they said. It's not my business to remember what they said. It's my business to listen and be there for them and show that I care.
Mm.
But to hold on to what they have told me, it's not my problem, it's not my business. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so happy that you guys are tuning in. We would love to hear back from you, your feedback. So if you want to suggest any topics, have any comments, anything at all, let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this episode, found any value in it at all, like, subscribe, share, help us push this channel out to as many people as we can, because we want to change as many lives as possible. We want to help as many people reach their freedom lifestyle, because everyone deserves it. So like we always say here at FLC, welcome to the family. And once you're family for life. So keep learning, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Yeah.